Awesome. Thank you all so much for being here with me today for this 90-minute yoga class. We're going to do 5 rounds of sun salutations to warm up our body, and then we will hop into the 26 and 2 yoga sequence, 26 postures, and 2 breathing exercises. Throughout class, if something does not feel right for you, remember that you can modify it. You can do something else, or you can skip it entirely. There is a method to the specific postures within the sequence of 26 and 2. Yoga at times can be challenging, and that's okay, but if something is painful, if it could cause yourself or others harm, that's when we back off and try something a little bit different. So just keep that in mind. For the sun salutes, come towards the top of your mat with your feet close together. I'm going to stand back a bit and show you in periphery. So today is the spring equinox. We are officially in a new season. If you would like to pick a word, a phrase, or a feeling that you want to bring into this next season, like calm or curiosity or joy, you're welcome to maybe pick that now. It doesn't have to be forever, but maybe just for this class. And if you'd like to kind of use that word or that phrase or that, that thought, that feeling during your class, you are welcome to do so. Okay. The first 2 rounds of sun salutes, we're going to do our half salutes. If those speak to you, keep doing them. Otherwise, we'll go into full sun salutes. Bring your hands together at heart center, and we'll begin with 2 rounds of half sun salutes. As you inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Look up as if you were saluting or greeting the sun. Exhale, bend your knees and fold. Hands to floor, relax your head. Inhale, lengthen into a halfway lift, hips over heels. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins, or the floor in front of you, back flat. Exhale, bend your knees and fold, relax your head. Inhale, arms with your ears, hands together, root to rise, lift up. Try to come up with a flat back, arms with ears. Exhale, hands down at heart center. That's a half salute. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, arms with ears, fold, flat back, relax your head. Inhale, lift halfway, weight in the balls of the feet, shoulders away from the ears, back flat, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees again and fold, relax your head. Inhale, look forward, biceps with ears, hands together, lift up, hinge at your hips, look up. Exhale, hands down at heart center. You can continue with the half salutes or join me in 3 full sun salutes. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to floor, shoulder width distance, step back into a high plank or tabletop position. On your next exhale, hug your elbows in and lower down halfway like you're pulling yourself down to the floor. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, pedaling out the legs, and then try to press your heels to the floor, tailbone to the ceiling, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. If down dog is not speaking to you, come down onto your knees and take a child's pose instead. Sink your hips down as you stretch your arms forward. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, fold, relax your head. Inhale, arms with your ears lift up, try to come up with a flat back. Exhale, hands down at heart center. 2 more, inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway. Exhale, hands to floor, step back, high plank or tabletop. Let's hold our plank for a moment. If that lowering down motion does not work for you, skip it entirely, go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your child's pose or down dog. Otherwise, take a vinyasa, hug your elbows in, and imagine you're pulling yourself down, hover just above. Inhale your back bend. If you're doing up dog, make sure thighs are off the floor. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. If you are doing down dog, spread your fingers wide, root down through all 28 knuckles, especially the space between your index finger and thumb. Make sure you're not putting all of your body weight in your wrists. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with ears lift up. Exhale, hands down at heart center. Last one, inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway. Exhale, step back, high plank. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. If you're doing down dog, try to get your heels to the floor. If your heels don't touch the floor, try taking a slightly wider stance. You can also gently bend your knees. Press your heels down, lift your hips up, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. Take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, lift up. Exhale, hands down at heart center. Wonderful. So that was our little warm up. We will now hop into 26 into yoga. Come to the middle of your mat and towel for 2 sets of pranayama, deep breathing, good for your lungs and respiratory system. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. All the time against the back of your throat, your nose and your mouth are just a passageway. Breathe as much as possible, as long as possible, as slow as possible. Don't forget to have fun. Feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. HA, sound, head back. Arms forward, elbows touch. Good. Inhale. Elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down. Look straight ahead. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Drop your head back. Sweep your arms forward. Keep exhaling. Arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Breathe in through your nose. Down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Good. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, open your mouth wide like you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling. HA, sound. Inhale, head down, chin down, elbows up, stomach in, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Head back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Chin down, elbows up, stomach in, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Look back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down, keep the weight in your heels. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, lock your legs. Exhale, head up, weight stays in your heels. Hips a little forward, hip muscles contracting, thigh muscles tight. Inhale, head down, stomach, 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 Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. Compression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Exhale, head up, even as you exhale, abdomen in. Eyes open, shoulders down, elbows up, triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push the air out. Inhale, head down. So make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath in the first set. Make your spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Good. Exhale, head up. Take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling, push. Squeeze, elbows touch. Good. Change. Arms down. You can roll out your shoulders and head. Second set, feet together. Interlock your 10 fingers. Switch the grip, maybe other thumb, pinky finger on top. Squeeze your thighs. Squeeze your butt. Grow taller out of the base of your spine. And begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. Slowly head back. Slowly arms forward. Elbows touch, pointing forward. Inhale, head down. Take your time. Slowly chin down. Lift your elbows up. Take in more and more and more air. Exhale, head up. Never force your neck to go back. Maybe just look up towards the ceiling. One day for the back wall. Arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. So through this breathing exercise, we're expanding our lung capacity. We're working on our neck and shoulder flexibility. Exhale, head up. We're also using the breath to make a connection between the mind and the body. So we're really starting to tune in. Inhale, head down. So notice if the weight is shifting from side to side, if your mind is wandering, be here now. Exhale, head up. Use your eyes to trace an arc along the ceiling. Look back without backward bending, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Just the neck and arms are moving. Keep the shoulders down, chest up, spine straight from the side. Exhale, head up. So just your head drops back, no backward bending, just the neck, spine moving. Stretch your arms forward, elbows touch away from your body. Inhale, head down. Let's do 2 more breaths in the second set. Look straight ahead. Can you bring your elbows back as well as up? Exhale, head up. Can you grow taller even as you exhale? Abdomen in. Keep exhaling a little bit more than you think you can. Arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in 1 more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down. We'll continue with Artichomasa with Katasana, half moon with hands to feet pose. Feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs, stretch up, keep the grip, and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, reach up a little taller. Sometimes teachers will say, like a pendulum, right? You're moving your body like a pendulum. And for those of you that ever took Wahid's class, I remember him saying once, move your body, not like a pendulum, but like a human doing half moon pose, which always made me laugh. Move your body like a human practicing yoga, right? When you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Keep the weight in your heels, push your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears, abdomen in. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right. Without bending your elbows and knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility, not like a pendulum, but like a human practicing yoga. And because we are human, this posture will feel different, not just for every person, but like for every day that you practice, right? So at the beginning of class, we're just like checking in and being like, how does this feel today? There's no right or wrong answer. Maybe it doesn't feel great. Maybe that's a sign just to focus on your breath in this class. Or maybe you're like, wow, something is really opening up here that I haven't experienced before. And that's wonderful too. Keep the weight in your heels, hips a little more forward, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears. Push your left hip forward to get your 2 hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, stop in the middle. Hips forward, arms back, stretch up tall, and slowly bend to the left as you press your hips to the right. Come down in a straight line without bending your elbows and knees. Continuously push your hips to the right beyond your flexibility, stretching the right side of the body, toning the left side body. Don't collapse. Lift your chin, lift your chest. It's a very proud posture, and you have a lot to be proud of for practicing yoga today. Good for you. Notice if you're starting to fold forward and the weight is coming into your toes. Bring the weight back into your heels. Push your hips a little forward, upper body back, arms with ears. Right hip a little forward, 2 hips in line. Left rib cage a little forward, 2 shoulders in line. Come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up. First back bend of the day. This is the only posture I can't show and tell. Take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, relax your head back as far as it goes. Maybe give your head a gentle shake, look for the floor behind you, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. So whole spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Bend your total spine backward bending. Keep the weight in your heels. Inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward, and bring your arms back. Look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change. Inhale to come up, stretch up, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, fold with a flat back, straight spine, arms with ears, hands to floor, then relax your head. Go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, and flexible. Padasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers.
Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. So the smiling happy face is kind of poetic. Keep your stomach on thighs, chest on knees, drop your head, face to the shins. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, stretch your spine down. Good, change, come up, biceps with ears, knees can bend. Try to come up with a flat back. Very nice, arms down, and you stand a little taller. It's the whole goal. Second set, feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, maybe switch the grip, other thumb, index finger on top. Push your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, upper body back, touch biceps to ears. Inhale, breathing, stretch out. Exhale, breathing, slowly bend to the right as you press your hips to the left. And as you exhale, think about hugging your side ribs in. So engage your abdominal wall, all of the muscles in the core. You're squeezing them through your exhale breath. Squeeze your palms together. Use your right hand to pull your left hand to the top right corner of the room. Push your left heel into the floor. Push your right heel into the floor. Squeeze your glutes. Lift your chest. Come down. Push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, hips forward, arms back, stretch out, and slowly drop to the left as you press your hips to the right. Come down without bending elbows, without bending knees, and without holding your breath. If at any point in class you find that you're holding your breath or gritting your teeth, it might be a sign that you've gone just a little bit too far. Less is more until one day less is less, and that's when you go a little deeper. Keep the weight in your heels, hips forward, arms back, right hip forward, two hips in line. Scoop your left shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming on the spring equinox. Come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, second heart opener. Take a deep breath, full lungs. Keep your eyes open, drop your head back. Notice if your hands are coming apart, wrists are bending. Squeeze palms together, lift your chest up, and then bring your arms back with your ears. Lovely. Whole spine back bending, whole front of the body stretching. Really activate your arms, push your index fingers back, yes. Push your hips forward, bring your arms back, look back, keep the weight in your heels, fall back, palms together, go back, way back, more back, change, inhale to come up, stretch up, squeeze palms together, exhale, go down, squeeze palms together, hands to floor, drop your head, go for another walk, move your hips, shake your head. And second set, here we go. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath. Try to keep toes, heels, knees together. Little fingers touch. Pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Now, eventually legs will lock. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow, especially if you're not in a hot room, right? Pull on your heels, abdomen in. Think about hooking your ribs over your knees, stomach to thighs, chest to knees, face to the shins. Pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes. Lift your hips up. Push your knees back, try to lock your legs. Good, change, come up, biceps with ears, knees can bend, very nice. Arms down, and you stand a little taller. Awkward, Katasana, chair pose. Step your right foot to the right, about hip width distance, 6 inches, no wider, insides of your feet, perfectly parallel, like 11s. You want to keep your feet where they are the whole time. Bring your arms up, parallel to the floor, tricep muscles tight, nothing loose or hanging, all 5 fingers together, thumbs with your index fingers, fingers in line with your collarbones. Abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with, 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in and lean your upper body back, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles, suck it in, hold it in tight, shift a little bit more weight back into your heels, abdomen in, lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change, inhale to come up, keep your arms there, push your hips a little forward, and now just lift your heels off the floor. Don't take a bigger step, don't turn the toes out or in, just lift the heels. Stretch up as tall as you can, abdomen in, glutes tight, bend your knees, sit down. Lean back. Imagine you're pressing your whole spine against a wall behind you. Heels a little higher, knees a little higher. Sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change.
Inhale to come up. Last part, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together. Keep the insides of your feet parallel. Toes point forward, squeeze your knees together. Let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down. Take your time. You can stop whenever you want or keep sitting down until there's a 1/2 inch gap between your hips and heels. Squeeze your knees together and forward, thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the thighs, spine perfectly straight from the side, looks like you're holding a box. Abdomen in, chest up, shoulders soft, triceps tight. Change. Slowly come up, knees together. Good, heels down, so nice. Right foot back, arms down, take a breath. Second set, step your right foot to the right, same footprint, insides of your feet parallel. I'm gonna show you from the side, arms up, parallel to the floor, triceps tight, all 5 fingers together, abdomen in, wrists straight, bend your knees, sit back and down. So you can stick your butt out and fold forward to get your thighs parallel to the floor. Think about moving everything back. So the hips move back, the knees, the shins move back, and then you start to lean back. Triceps tight, shoulders back and down, chin lifted, chin up, chest up. Change. Inhale to come up, keep your arms there. Second part, rather than sticking your butt out, push your hips a little forward, engage your lower abdominal wall, spread your tippy toes wide. Now come up all the way on tippy toes. Lift your heels, stretch up, bend your knees, sit down. Notice if your knees want to come in or out, or the toes are turning in or out. Keep your hips, knees, and big toes pointing forward. Hips square, heels up, knees up, lean back, change. Inhale to come up. Last part, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together. Let your heels come a little bit off the floor and slowly sit down. Imagine you're sliding your back down a wet marble wall. Take your time. Listen to your body. Stop when there's still a little bit of a gap between your hips and your heels. Shoulders down, chest up. Keep the neck in line with the rest of your spine. And change. Slowly come up. Take your time. Good. Heels down. Right foot back. Arms down. Eagle pose, Garasana. We're going to do the right side first. Keep in mind that I'm not mirroring you. So look at your arms, identify which arm is right, which arm is left. Don't mix them up. Here we go. Eagle. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swing right arm under left arm. Right elbow under left elbow. Cross first at the elbows. I'm going to show you from the side. Eventually, again at the wrists. Palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pinkies away from your face. You can also interlace fingers, grab a finger or grab your shoulders and give yourself a big bear hug. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down, just like chair pose, Katasana. So you bend your knees, keep your hips down low, and bring your right leg over your left leg. Right leg over left leg, cross twist, and eventually wrap your right foot behind your left calf muscle. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. If your foot is wrapping and it starts to come out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes. Bring the weight back into your heel, sit down a little bit lower, lean your upper body back at the end. Good, change. Feet together, arms over your head. Let's do the left side. Bring your left arm, zoom, under your right arm, left under right, palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pinkies towards the front of your mat. Notice if your hands are going to one side of your face, you want to bring your hands to center and then even out the shoulders. Bend your knees, sit back and down. Try to keep your hips down low and bring your left leg over your right leg. Left leg over right leg, cross twist, and eventually wrap your foot. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the left, upper body to the right, twist like ropes. Shift the weight back into your heel, relax your jaw, sit down, and lean back. Beautiful, change. Feet together, arms over your head, second set. Bring right arm under left arm, think bicep under tricep. Notice if your hands are going to the left of your face, try to bring your hands back to center. Pull the left shoulder down, straighten the wrists, even the fingertips. It's a lifetime of work, just there. Pull elbows down, one day fingers below the nose. Bend your knees, sit back and down. Try to keep your hips low and bring your right leg over your left leg. Right leg over left leg, point your toes, wrap your foot. Try to eliminate the gap between your ankle and calf muscle. Push your left hip a little forward. Right shoulder a little forward. You want elbows over knees, shoulders and hips in line. To sit down, just like the first part of chair pose, you can stick your butt out and fold forward, but then lean your upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, last one. Left arm, boom, under right arm, pull elbows down, one day fingers go below the nose, bend your knees, sit back and down, try to keep your hips low, and bring the left leg over right leg. Notice if your hands are way away from your face, you want your thumbs relatively close to your nose. Knees to the left, upper body to the right, keep breathing, keep twisting, you're opening all the major joints in the body, deltoid, scapula, elbows, wrists, hips, knees, and ankles. Sit a little lower, breathe a little slower. Lean your upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, arms down. Party time, you can grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers, friends. Okay. So for the next 3 postures, we balance on one leg, on a standing locked leg. If you fall out, hop back in, fall out 5 times, take a breath, hop back in 6 times. So there's no such thing as failure, right? When we fall out of a posture, I think sometimes our ego goes like, oh, that's failure. I failed at the posture. No, 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 you're just learning, right? But the trick is when you fall out, take a breath so that your body internalizes what just happened in that imbalance. And then you go back into it. So you always end in the setup of a posture. Standing head to knee, Dandayamana, Janushirasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your left kneecap up, lift your right thigh up. You can point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back to your face, abdomen in. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, start to round down and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. Throughout the posture, standing legs should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamp post, unbroken. You have no knee. If you've been coming for a while and you know your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble. Inhale, breathing, slowly, gently, lift your right leg up. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor, no higher, no lower, standing leg locked. Take a deep breath, kick your heel forward, flex your toes back, you're training your Achilles to stretch. The standing leg is bending, posture hasn't started. If both legs lock from the side legs, make an L like Linda, lock your arms, puff up your chest, and then start to bend your elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Good, change. Take your time as you reverse out. Shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot without grabbing the floor with your toes. Lift your left leg up. You can point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back. Abdomen in, option to stay here, or maybe start to round down 1 inch, 2 inch, green fish, blue fish. Eventually pick up your foot, all 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. Notice if your big toe keeps coming off the floor, you might be leaning back too much. Press your hips forward, lift your inner thigh, as well as your outer thigh. You want to use all the muscles in the standing leg to keep the joint stable. When you know your right leg is locked, slowly, gently lift your left leg up. Straightening and locking the standing leg is what takes most folks the longest. It's a real kick your heel forward, flex your toes back. Notice if your left heel is turning in, that's the hip opening. Bring your left heel a little to the left. If both legs lock from the side legs, make an upside down L like Linda. Puff up your chest and then bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Heel forward, hips forward, toes back. Change. Slowly reverse out. You can put your hands on your back and do a little back bend. Or a knee bend. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg. So big toe points forward. Inside of your foot runs parallel to your mat. Lift your left kneecap, contract outer thigh and inner thigh, squeeze your left glute. Lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, abdomen in. You want to squeeze and contract the abdominal muscles the whole time. Round down, pick up your right foot, all 10 fingers interlocked, up to the webbing, webbing to webbing grip, even your thumbs under your foot. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Inhale, breathing, lift your right leg up. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles. Slowly tuck your chin to your chest.
Put your forehead on your knee. Hold wherever you are for 10. 5, 3, and 1.
Take your time as you reverse out. Good. So in the second set, you just want to find your deepest point, whatever that is, even if that's here, this is wonderful. And then you just hold. It's the stability, it's the holding still that builds not just the flexibility, but the strength. Last one, shift your weight to your right leg, lock your right leg, lift your left leg up, flex your toes back. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, round down. Compression to the abdominal wall, depression to abdominal muscles. Suck your stomach in, pick up your foot. Here we go. Lift your left leg up. Heel forward, toes back. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. If elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Hold wherever you are for 10. 5, 3, 1. Take your time, slowly coming out. Good for you. Okay, that was a forward folding posture. Next, we do a back bend, standing bow pulling pose, Dandayamana, Dhanurasana, feet together. Bring your right hand up. Elbow touches the body, palm faces the ceiling. Bring your hand out to the right. Give yourself a high five for practicing yoga today. Yes, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger. I'm going to show you from the side. So you're just picking up the inside of your foot. Perfect. Bring your left arm up, knees together to start. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick into your hand. Slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick back and up. Take your time. This is a back bend. It's a balancing posture. First set is supposed to be a full minute. Keep your chin and chest lifted. Relax your jaw. Keep breathing. Keep kicking. Keep stretching. Once you have the stability in the standing leg, once you can feel your spine bending, then we're going to come down. Keep the back bent. Bring the body down and the leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. So from the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up. In other words, 2 shoulders in line. Touch your chin to your shoulder, shoulder blade, scapula, stretching away from the body. Kicking, stretching, equal, simultaneous. 50-50, the harder you kick, you can balance forever. Kick really hard, body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly kick yourself up. Good. I'll show you second set from the side. If you're new, pay extra careful attention to the grip. Bring your left hand up, out to the left. Imagine you're cupping water in your hand, and you don't want to drop the water in any way, right? So keep your palm facing out, thumb to the back wall, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle bone. If this grip is confusing, you can grab your foot from the outside and walk your hand around. Bring your right arm up, left hip forward and down. So let's start with the hips in line. Lift your right kneecap, lift your chin and chest, point your left toes, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly with control, split your shoulders apart. So slowly charge your body forward, simultaneously kick your left leg back and up. So from the get-go, you're sliding shoulders apart. Take your time. Again, it's a longer posture. Lift your right kneecap, point your left toes. Make sure you're not grabbing the floor of your right toes. Evenly distribute your body weight on your standing foot. Tricep tight, all 5 fingers together. Thumb with index finger, palm of right hand faces the floor. Get your right arm exactly parallel to the floor, no higher, no lower, standing leg locked. When you're ready, start to come down, parallel to the floor, but keep the chin and chest lifted. If you fell out like I did, you just take a breath and hop back in. Bring the body down more, leg up more. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly, kick yourself up. Very nice. Second set, bring your right hand up, out to the right. Half the time, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone. Left arm up and back. Right hip forward and down, knees together. Lift your left kneecap, point your right toes, take a breath, stretch up. And slowly swipe your arm across the profile of your face as you kick your right leg back and up. Keep the chin and shoulder touching. Right hip down, slide left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Body down to parallel, big toe to the ceiling, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly. Whew, kick yourself up. Last one, bring your left hand up, out to the left, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle, right arm up, left hip down, knees together. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, and breathe. Kick into your hand, stretch forward, breathe through your nose. That's all you have to do. Kick, stretch, breathe. When it feels good, come down, but keep the chin and chest lifted, body down, leg up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, kick yourself up. Okay, come to the back of your mat and tell Tula Dandasana balancing stick. This next posture is only 10 seconds. You have to make up your mind to use 100% of your strength in half a second. If you're late, it's over. Keep in mind the setup to this posture is longer than the posture itself. Feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs. Have you ever waited 2 hours in line to ride a 2-minute roller coaster? That's kind of what we're doing here, right? Long line, short thrill, cheap thrill. Bring your head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears and stretch up, palms together. Step your right foot forward, a big step. Shift your weight to your right foot. Lift your left foot off the floor, stretch up, and then slowly tilt like a slow moving seesaw. One day, arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor from the side. Body makes a T like Tom, not a broken umbrella. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, left foot down, right foot back. Take a breath, lean back. Step your left foot forward. Shift your weight to your left foot first. Lift your right foot off the floor. Point your right toes, stretch, and then tilt. You want to go down slowly with control until you're parallel to the floor, and then you hold. Do little adjustments. Right hip down, right foot a little to the right, wrist straight, palms together, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change. Right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Can you hold still for one holy, sacred second? Second set, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lean back. Step your right foot forward, stretch up, point your left toes, and tilt. So sometimes just the setup of a posture is enough. I have a little bit of a hip aggravation right now, so I'm gonna stay right here and I'm still gonna stretch. Charge your body forward, stretch your big toe back, keep your biceps with your ears, stretch, 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 change. Left foot down, right foot back, lean back, step your left foot forward, stretch up, abdomen in, point your right toes, tilt. Notice when your hands start to separate or your arms start to come away from your ears. Stop there, re-engage, and then come down again. Biceps with ears, chest down, chin forward, leg up, squeeze palms together. Use your pinky finger strength, stretch. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Wonderful. You can come to the top of your mat. You can face the long side of your mat for the next 3 postures. I will continue to face you. This is the separate leg series where we stand on 2 separate legs. Standing separate leg stretching, Dandayamana, Bikram Ashimotanasana. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, big step, 4 feet minimum, arms down parallel to the floor. Turn your toes in, heels out, lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Try to keep your wrists in line with your shoulders, back flat. Go down, grab your heels. If you can't grab your heels, try taking a slightly bigger or smaller step. If you still can't grab your heels, you can grab the outsides of your feet, your pinky toes. You can also start with your hands on the floor in front of you. Everybody roll forward. Lift your hips up, press your knees back, lift your kneecaps, pull and stretch.
So there's very few pulling motions in yoga. When you get them, you want to do them. So if you can here, pull on your feet. However, if it feels like that starts to tug your back in an unpleasant way, ease up a little bit. Otherwise, keep pulling, keep stretching, roll forward, hips up. Touch your forehead to the floor in between your feet rather than in front of your feet. Good, change, slowly come up, take your time.
Step your right foot back, arms over your head, and float your arms down. Good, we all have that class where we're like, notice if you're like out of the posture and just go a little bit slower. Fake it till you make it. Smile and you become the smile, right? Second set stretching. I'm going to show you from the side. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right. Big step, toes in, heels out, chest up, swan dive forward. Look forward all the way down. Good. If you can, grab your feet, bend your elbows back, elbows to calves, shoulders to ceiling, belly button to spine. Everybody roll forward, lift your hips up, push your knees back, pull and stretch. First the leg stretching, then the hip stretching, lower spine stretching, whole spine stretching, whole body stretching, 360-degree angle stretching, coccyx to toes, coccyx to forehead, touch your forehead to the floor in between your feet. If your forehead's not yet touching the floor, take a bigger step. Roll forward again, find your edge, hips up, keep pulling, keep stretching, touch your head to the floor in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come up, take your time, there's no rush. Step your right foot back to the place, arms over your head, float your arms down. Wonderful. Okay, triangle, Trikanasana. This is the summit of the standing series. We use all the major muscle groups in the body. It's a hip opener and it's the last spine twist we do until the end of class. So please enjoy. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right. Big step, 4 feet minimum, arms down parallel to the floor. Push your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out, turn it out a 1/2 inch more so your right foot is parallel to your mat. You can turn your left toes in a little bit too. Inhale, breathing, bend your right leg and lunge. You can bounce a couple times to warm up your hips and knees. Right away, notice if your knee is going way beyond your ankle, you want to take a bigger step. Keep the knee over the ankle so your shin is perpendicular to the floor. Sit as low as you can, lean back, and move your arms at the same time. The goal here is to get a long diagonal line from your ankle to the crown of your head, so the right side body is engaged the whole time. If your thigh is not yet parallel to the floor, maybe that means your wrist or forearm is in front of the knee. As you're able to sit down more, one day elbow in front of the knee. Hover your fingertips between your big and second toe, but don't touch the floor, don't push any weight on the floor. Look up to the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder. Profile of your face visible to the side of your mat. Push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Turn, twist upper body back, like spine twisting posture. Lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, other side. Inhale, bend your left leg and lunge. You can bounce a couple times. The goal here is to keep your right leg locked the whole time. Bend your left knee as low as you can. Sit down, lean back, keep your spine straight in the middle, and move your arms like a windmill. Left elbow in front of the knee, right arm up to the ceiling, abdomen in. Look up towards the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder, profile of your face visible to the side of your mat. Push your right hip forward and down. Push your left knee back with the help of your elbow. Turn, twist upper body back like spine twisting posture. Sit down more, chest up more, lift your right kneecap, lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms over your head, and slowly arms down. Shoulders down, chest up, stand tall. Did you know that what we're doing right now has a name? This is actually a yoga posture called mountain pose. Just standing still, that's a yoga posture. What makes it a posture rather than just standing still, the same way that what makes Savasana rather than just lying on your back, is the intentionality behind it. So everything we do in this class, even how we take a sip of water or take a break, consider that part of your intentionality, your yoga practice. Second set, triangle, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, big step, 4 feet minimum, arms down parallel to the floor. Press your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out, left toes in a little bit, bend your right leg and lunge. Sit as low as you can. Then maybe sit a little lower. Lean back and move your arms at the same time. Elbow in front of the knee, left arm up to the ceiling, look up towards the ceiling, stretch up, breathe. You want the crown of your head pointing to the space where your wall and ceiling meet. So the left side body is at a diagonal line. Drop your left thigh down, push your right knee back, reach your left arm up, stretch your right arm down, turn, twist, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out. Make sure your heels are in line, not crisscross. Okay, bend your left leg and lunge. Sit as low as you can. Lean back and move your arms. Elbow in front of the knee. Hover your fingertips towards your big and second toe rather than your heel. Look up towards the ceiling. Touch your chin to your shoulder. Lift your shoulder up. Touch your shoulder to your chin. Drop your right thigh down and then bring left rib cage forward, right rib cage back. Open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Lock your right leg. Keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms. Straighten your left leg. Left toes in. Right foot back to the place. Arms over your head and arms down. Okay. Standing separate leg, head to knee. Dandayamana, Bikram Yoga. So triangle was the summit of the series. If you envision a mountain, that was the mountaintop. Head to knee, literally gestures that we're going downhill. We're gonna touch the floor just a little bit, flirting with the floor. Head to knee pose, Janushrasana, arms overhead, palms together, cross your thumbs. Step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet, big step. Pivot on your heels to one side of the room, turn your back toes in. Push your left hip forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Backside foot makes a 45-degree angle. Stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. This is a rounded spine posture. It's one to be a little bit careful of, especially if you have a tight back. One day, forehead and knee touch. You're never forcing your body. You're welcome to take a bigger step. You can bend your front leg, tuck your chin to your chest. One day, knee and head touch. Front side compression, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. If this posture is a little uncomfortable, I'm right there with you. However, if it is painful, ease up a little bit, flatten out your back. Eventually you're gonna round your spine and bring forehead and knee together. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together, change, slowly uncurl. Arms with ears, palms together, head up, last, good. Pivot on your heels to the other side of the room. Uncross your heels. Make sure you still have 3 to 4 feet between your feet. It's a generous step. Be generous with yourself. Turn your back toes in. Push your right hip forward, forward, forward. Stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Chin to chest. Abdomen in. You can take a bigger step. You can bend your front leg. Just touch knee and head together, or as close as you can today. Again, never forcing your body. Stretch all 10 fingers beyond your big and second toe. Bring maximum weight to your left front leg. Left hip up, right hip forward, 2 hips in line, throat choked, jaw relaxed, eyes open, stomach in, breathing normal. Push your forehead into your knee a couple times real quick. Lift your kneecaps, lock both legs. Bring your hands together first. And change. Slowly uncurl, hands together, arms with ears, chin to chest, head up last. Good. Pivot on your heels, step your right foot back, float your arms down. Second set, head to knee pose. Arms overhead, palms together, cross your thumbs. Step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet. Pivot on your heels, turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Can you look at your belly button all the way down? You cannot see your front foot all the way down. Chin to chest, bend your front leg, touch knee and head together. It's a little awkward to talk and do at the same time, huh? Stretch your fingertips forward. Maybe start to walk your hands back together. Maybe thumbs cross, maybe palms together. Press your left hip forward, right hip back, belly button in. Push forehead into knee, lock both legs, hands together, change, imagine you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest, biceps with ears, head up last. Good, pivot on your heels. I'm gonna face you, turn your back toes in, push your right hip forward. Make sure your heels are in a line, but they're not crisscross. That'll make it really hard to balance. Press your right hip forward, right rib cage forward. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Chin to chest. Move your hips forward, pull your abdomen in, bend your front leg if you want, touch knee and head together. Stretch your fingers forward, left hip up, right hip forward, breathe. Every time you exhale, engage your abdominal wall more. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together. Change, slowly uncurl, take your time, no rush. Head up last, very nice. Pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down. Wonderful, come to the middle of your mat for the hip opening series, tree pose Tadasana. Lock your left leg, lift your right leg up. Hold onto your foot from underneath the foot with one hand or even both hands. Eventually touch your heel to your costume, your groin, sole of foot flat to ceiling. Slowly, gently let your right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. Never force your body. Bring your right hand up to the center of your chest. And if you can balance, left hand up, palms together, namaskar. Elbows down, shoulders down, chest up, breathe. Good, change, lower your right leg down. Shift your weight to your right leg, lift your right kneecap and lift your left leg up. Touch your heel to your costume, sole of foot flat to ceiling. Slowly, gently let your left knee drop down and back, and keep in mind this side might feel a little or a lot different, and that's okay. Left hand up, and if you can balance, right hand. Notice if one hip is higher than the other or you're sticking your butt out. You want to press your hips forward, lean your upper body back. Think about temporarily eliminating any curvature in your spine. Good. Change. Left leg down. You can do a second set of tree pose. You can also try another fun posture called toe stand, Patagustasana. Pick a spot on the floor 4 feet in front of you. Don't move your eyes. Lock your left leg, lift your right leg up. So focusing on one unmoving spot helps with balance. Also helps with a little bit of focus, concentration, meditation. You can bring one or both hands together. And as you're ready, you're going to fold forward. Hands to floor, lean forward, lift your heel, bend your knee, sit down. Lock your hands back to either sides of your hips. Whether you're in tree or toe, point your right toes, press your right hip forward, drop your right knee down, 2 knees in line. Left hand up, right hand up, palms together, elbows down, spine straight, come a ½ inch off your heel. Good. When you're ready, hands to floor. You can come up on 2 feet or push your hands into the floor, lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg, and then press your hips forward to reverse out. Good, change. Right leg down. I'm going to show you this one from the side. Shift your weight to your right leg, lock your right leg, and lift your left leg up. If your foot is prone to sliding, hold on to your foot on the way down. Otherwise, you can bring one or both hands together. And as you're ready, you're going to fold forward. As you go down, keep the standing leg straight. Once your hands touch the floor, you can walk your hands forward, lean forward, put the weight in your arms first, lift your heel, keep leaning forward as you bend your knee and sit. So there's never weight in your knee. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Make sure you're having fun. Whether you're in tree or toe, point your left toes, left hip forward, left knee down, spine straight, left hand, right hand, elbows down. I've never fallen that way. Elbows down, spine straight, come a ½ inch off your heel. Good, when you're ready, hands to floor. So to come up, you're gonna push your hands into the floor to lift your hips up. And then you're gonna push your hips forward to reverse out. You can also come up on 2 feet. Good, change, left leg down. Honor yourself, give yourself high five, fist bump, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. We are on the floor for the rest of class. I'm gonna just adjust our camera angle ever so slightly. Okay, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Bring your heels together, let your toes fall open, arms down by your sides, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed, breathing normal. Savasana. So these postures are the same every time, but we come to them different every time, right? Like every day I'm a little bit different. So of course, my understanding of the postures is going to reflect that. I get concerned when people say every class feels the same. To me, that's a sign like either I've failed or like you're not paying attention or probably some combination of the two. For sure, we have times where we plateau in postures, but the idea is that, because every day is different, every body is different, because we can practice the sequence as we age, as we go through different life transitions, the postures will always feel a little bit different. And I think that's a good thing. The more I practice, the more that I'm like looking for those little things that feel different. And I have to tell you, my favorite thing is like figuring out a new way to fall out of a posture. Like nothing, like in toe stand, I fell at like a weird angle and I was like, I've never done that before. What a delight, right? So these things that I think, especially when we're new to the practice and we fall out and it's like, oh, again, but eventually you're going to get to a point where you're like, ooh, a new way to fall out, fun, right? It's all just for fun. Yoga is a really wonderful opportunity to schedule me time. It's a wonderful time to schedule play time as an adult. It's a wonderful opportunity to take rest, right? If you ever need to take rest in class, you can always take an extended Savasana or an extended mountain pose, just standing tall. The floor series begins with Uttanasana when you're moving pose. Keep your left leg long. Bend your right leg, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin just below the knee. Nice tight white knuckle grip. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder. Completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor. Look down the center line of your body. Pull down extra hard. Maximum pressure in your lower abdomen. Massaging your ascending colon. Fun. Change. Right leg down. Bend your left leg up. Interlock your 10 fingers. Pull your knee out and down. This side massaging descending colon. This posture is good for digestion. It's also good for grip strength. Push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands. Change. Left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows, each other. Give yourself a really big hug for coming to class. Squeeze your knees together and down, get as compact as possible. This one massaging the transverse colon. You're never forcing your body. Keep your heels in line, side by side, not crisscross. Without lifting your head, look down the center line of your body and hold still. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. I've told some of you this story before, but I went out to lunch with this student who'd like just gone through divorce, and he was like, the yoga really works. He was like, I mean, I don't know about all of it, but it really works. And I was like, say more. And he was like, well, like, I don't know if I believe in, we're massaging the ascending colon, but he was like, but it helped me get through my, divorce, right? He's like, the yoga works. And I thought that was such a lovely example of like, I don't know if this posture massages the ascending colon either. I'm going to say it as a nod to like this belief in Ayurvedic medicine that asanas are prescriptive, that they're medicinal. Many people believe this posture is good for digestion, but I think we've all had an experience, right, where like the yoga does work in its own way. It might not be exactly like what the teacher is saying, but it's working in its own way for you, right? The yoga stays the same so that you can change, and the yoga stays the same so that when you're going through some big changes, like a divorce, right? The yoga is there for you, and you have this thing that's dependable, reliable. It's the same every time, and it's all you, right? You're doing the work. Right? You're in control. Nobody can take that victory away from you. Second set, bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin, pull your knee out and down. This posture is a good hip opener. It's part of the hip opening series, just like tree and toe. So in tree and toe, we brought the heel to the costume. In this, though, you want to bring your right foot a little to the right. So your ankle, knee, hip, and shoulder are in line. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, pull your knee out and down. Push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands. Squeeze tight, breathe slow. Look down the center line of your body. Nice eyeball stretch. Change, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows, each other. Give yourself another big hug for coming to class. Squeeze your knees together and down. Keep your heels in line, side by side, head on the floor. Tuck your chin in a little bit, puff your chest up a little bit, neck, shoulders on the floor, belly button heavy like lead, middle spine on the floor. Press your shins into your forearms, roll your hips onto the floor. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. So as I said last night in our chakra meditation, this is how I feel about many ancient things, whether it's yoga or a religion or like chakras, like, you know, energy. I don't know if it's real, but I know that it's true, right? Like massaging ascending colon. I don't know, but I know that it's true, right? I know that this posture helps my digestion. I know that the sequence of yoga helps my spirit. I don't know that every single thing is like provable in a lab, but I know that it's true. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Turn, lie on your stomach for the spine strengthening series. Cobra, Bhujangasana, good for your lower lumbar spine. You're gonna place your hands on the floor just below your shoulders so your elbows point up to the ceiling like grasshopper wings. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail. Toes and heels touch, knees too. Lock your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor, good. Use 100% back strength. Come up halfway only, just your belly button on the floor. The rest of your chest is in the air. Elbows stay bent, they make an L, a 90-degree angle like a rectangle. Hug your arms into your sides, roll your shoulders back and down, stretch your elbows to your hips. Keep your feet, toes, heels, knees touching like a cobra's tail. Lock your legs, push your feet down, hips down, hands down, look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change, slowly lower down, look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. While I do believe that there are some universal truths, I also believe that what works for me and what makes sense for me doesn't necessarily make sense for you, and what works for you doesn't necessarily make sense for, you know, another yogi in our class, right? So keep that in mind as well. If something I'm saying does not make sense for you or it is hurting your body, you are always welcome to ease up. You can do a modification, you can do something else, or you can skip it entirely. Again, at some points, this sequence can be uncomfortable, and that's okay, but we're never going to a point of pain. Second set, bring your chin forward, place your hands on the floor just below your shoulders, so all 5 fingers point forward, feet together, toes, heels, knees touch, lock your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor, roll your shoulders back and down. Cobra Pose is a really lovely posture for strengthening the back and for slowly starting to open through the heart space. We do this first in the spine strengthening series for a reason. Press your hands and feet into the floor to start to wake up the back muscles. So hands are flat, you got it, shoulders down, elbows bent, feet together, thighs up, feet down, look up, chin up, chest up, breathe up, change, slowly lower down. Look to your left, right ear on your mat, arms down and eyes open. Sometimes though, we just have a little bit of a misunderstanding. So if you're like, this does not make sense to me, feel free to ask me after class or send me a message. I would never ask you to do something that I do not believe in. Keep that in mind. But again, what works for me might not work for you. But sometimes we just have a little bit of a misunderstanding. So if you're like, I don't get why we're doing this, or why we do this when we do this, or like why this version of triangle versus another version of triangle, feel free to ask me, and I'm always happy to explain like why we do that version of triangle rather than another, why we do this version of locust rather than another, right? There's a reason to the rhyme, a rhyme to the reason, but it's not always like obvious, especially like as beginners or when we're getting to a new level in our practice. Locus Shalabhasana, bring your chin forward, arm straight position, rotate your arms, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you as best you can. One day, pinky fingers touch, spread your fingers wide. Block your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. Stretch your big toe back, press your shoulders down, lock your right leg, change, right leg down. Relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. This is an example of a posture that's a little unpleasant, right? It's not my favorite, not gonna lie. That is different from pain. If the arms underneath you is painful, bring your arms out to the side, right? Lift your thigh, change, left leg down. Third part, tuck your chin and mouth down. If your arms are okay, bring your arms even closer underneath you. One day, pinky fingers touch, but hands never overlap. If your thumbs are touching, flip your palms the other way, palms face the floor,
Knuckles face the thighs, pinky fingers touch, thumbs outside. Mouth down, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, and lift both legs up. Come up. Everybody come up. You can do it. Struggle a little harder. Don't give up. Mouth down, shoulders down. You can do it. Get your thighs off the floor. Squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, lift your thighs up. Good. Change. Lower down. Bring your arms out. Look to the right and take a breath. As you release the arms from underneath the body, you release the tourniquet effect. Fresh blood flows through the shoulders, elbows, wrists, knuckles, all the way into the fingertips. This posture is great if you have frozen shoulder, tennis elbow, carpal tunnel, or arthritic joints in your hands. This is your posture. Second set, bring your chin forward, arms straight position. So rotate your arms, palms face the floor, knuckles face the ceiling. Option to keep your arms out to the side, or as you're ready, bring your arms underneath you. Again, this might be a little uncomfortable, but if it's painful, keep your arms out to the side. Spread your fingers wide. Once the arms are under the body, we start to create a tourniquet effect on the arms, stretching through the tendons and ligaments. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up. So while we create a tourniquet effect on the arms, we also start to increase the heart rate. Shoulders down, lock your right leg, stretch the big toe to the back wall, lift your thigh. Change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. Shoulders down, thigh up. Body down, leg up, just like balancing stick, but you don't have to balance. Keep your hip in line. Left big toe down, left big toe up, left pinky toe down, stretch, change, left foot down. Grand finale, tuck your chin and mouth down. Bring your arms a little closer underneath you. Micro bend your elbows, press your knuckles down rather than your wrists. Squeeze your buns, lock your legs, point your toes, and lift both legs up. Come up, everybody come up. You can do it. Mouth down, shoulders down, triceps tight. Push your hands back. Use your hips and forearms for leverage. Lock your legs, point your toes, lift your thighs up. Good, change. Slowly lower down. Bring your arms out. Look to the left, right ear on your mat. Take a breath.
So in that posture, we create a tourniquet effect on the arms and we increase the heart rate. So now that you've released out of this posture, heart rate's still pumping a little faster and you have fresh blood flowing through your arms. Sometimes the release from a posture is as therapeutic as the posture itself. Pranayama Shalabhasana, full locus. Bring your chin forward, arms out to the side like airplane wings, feet together, toes, heels touch, lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor. So nice, like a 747 taking off. Just your hip bones on the floor, the rest of your body's in the air. Look up to the ceiling where your eyes go, body knows to follow. Keep your knees, feet together. Try to get your thighs off the floor. Lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change slowly with control, lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the right, and take a breath. Okay, second set, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side, feet together, toes, heels touch, lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, look up and lift. So in Cobra Pose, we lifted the chest and kept the legs down. In Locust, we lifted the legs and kept the chest down. In full Locust, we're lifting legs and chest at once. We very much purposely do that sequence, right? This posture is so good for strengthening your back. Keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine, so you're not dropping it all the way down, but you're also not jamming it all the way back. Stretch your arms apart, keep your feet together. Thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change slowly with control, lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the left and take a breath. Inhale, feel the backs of your ribs expand. Exhale, let your shoulders fall. Dhanurasana floor bow, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, round the outside, round the outside. All 5 fingers together, thumbs with your index fingers. If you can't grab both feet, grab one foot, opposite arm in front. Second set, you will switch it out. Otherwise, grabbing both feet, knees, feet together as close as you can. Squeeze your tush, point your toes, look up, and start to kick into your hands. Very nice. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. Roll forward, freeze between your ribs and hips, hold still. Do little sips of air in and out through your nose. Bring your knees in, feet out, wrists straight. Point your toes, look up, kick, kick, kick.
Good, change, slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat.
So again, in Cobra, we lift the chest. In Locus, we lift the legs. In full Locus, we lift chest and legs at once. And then in floor bow, we connect the hands to the feet. So it's an even deeper backward bend. Second set, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside or the other foot, point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up towards the ceiling, and kick into your hands. Try to press your big toes up to the ceiling. Notice if your knees are way wider than your hips, bring your knees in, feet out, wrists straight, squeeze shoulders together, open through the chest. Keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine. Point your toes, look up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, lower down. Look to your left and take a breath. Bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up. Wonderful, come to the top of your mat, fixed firm, Supta Vajrasana. I'm gonna show you the first one from the side. So start in tabletop position, open your knees, open your feet, point your toes to the back wall so the insides of your feet are parallel. Notice if your feet wanna come in or out, you wanna keep the insides of your feet parallel. From here, slowly over time, you're gonna sink your hips down and walk your hands back. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time. Slowly over time, the hips sink down. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. If you can sit between your heels and you're not in pain, put your hands on your feet, bend your right elbow down, stopping anywhere you feel a point of pain. Left elbow down, knees never come off the floor. Drop your head back, tuck your head to the floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. Wherever you are is just perfect. You want a gentle stretch through your toes, ankles, knees, thighs, and hips, but never a point of pain. Good, change. Put your hands on your feet, push yourself up carefully with control. Head up last, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. As you release out of this posture, you release the tourniquet effect on the lower body. Fresh blood rushes through your toes, ankles, knees, and hips. So at the beginning of class, I invited you to come up with like a word or a phrase that you'd like to, take with you through your practice, maybe through your day, maybe even through this season of spring. If you'd like, you can return to that. And if something that you're doing in class is like out of alignment with whatever that, that word is, or that phrase, or that feeling, maybe just take note of that. It's really not about the yoga postures. It's really not about what they look like or how deep you go into them or how pretty they look, right? It's really about you. So just keep that in mind. Doesn't matter how deep you go into a posture. It's really just about feeling good about yourself, standing tall, getting a stretch, but never a point of pain, a point that could cause harm to yourself or others. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the top of your mat. If those sit-ups bother you, you can always skip the sit-ups by rolling off to the side. Second set, fixed firm, start in tabletop, and you can stay here the whole time and pretend that you're on like the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit magazine. It's fun. When you're ready, slowly over time, walk your hands back. One day, sink your hips down. One day, put your palms on your soles. Right elbow, left elbow. Drop your head back, head to floor. Tuck your chin and neck, shoulders on the floor. Arms over your head. Grab your elbows, each other, and hold. Take a breath. Good, change. Put your hands on your feet. Push yourself up, head up last. Turn around, Savasana. Here's what I know about motion in the human body. Flexibility ends when bone hits bone. And everybody's physiology is different. This is the reason why some people can practice yoga for 30 years and they'll never be able to sit in lotus pose because bone is hitting bone. Our physiologies are different. However, a lot of times when we get stuck in a posture, it's not bone hitting bone. It's just that there's a tight muscle or joint, tendon, ligament, the fascia's tight, whatever it is, right? And those things you can work around. You just don't want to like force it or push it because then that's like a 1 step forward, 5 step back. So slowly over time through the repetition of the movements, we're slowly opening those tight spots in the body. As long as bone isn't hitting bone, right, you can keep going. You just want to go slow. So just keep that in mind. fine. You're never forcing. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the back of your mat, half tortoise, Artichomasa. I'm going to show you from the side. Sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Never hurts to sit on your feet. You can always start standing on your shins. Arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs. Stretch up and go down. Feet together, knees together. You can put one or both hands on the floor to help yourself in, or forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. Tilt your pinky fingers down, get your wrists and elbows up. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Change, come up, biceps with ears, knees together, very nice, arms down, turn around, Savasana. The other cool thing about this style of yoga is like, we do, for example, we do the version of triangle pose that we do for a reason, but also please keep in mind that there's modifications or like little tricks and tips to every single posture. So if there's a posture where you're like, I don't get it, or this does not make sense to me, again, you're welcome to message me after class. I'm happy to, I can always meet with you like 5 minutes before or after class, and we can like figure something out together. Because I promise that there's ways to get in these postures or do variations of these postures that honor their intention, but are also safe for your body. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the back of your mat, half tortoise, Artichomasa. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs, wrists straight, stretch up and go down. Ooh. My allergies are kicking in, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor, palms together, wrists straight, tilt pinky fingers down, reach your arms forward, sink your hips down. One more time, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Good, change, come up. You can put your hands on the floor and push yourself up, or you can come up arms with ears, very nice, arms down, turn around, Savasana. Okay, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Again, if the sit-ups are bothering your back, you can skip them and just roll off to the side. Come to the top of your mat for Camel Ustrasana, or deepest back bend. I'm going to show you from the side. Surprise, stand on your knees, 6 inches between your knees and your feet. Put your hands on your lower back, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor. Press your hips a little forward, keep your eyes open, and start to look up. One day lift your nose, one day lift your chin, one day head drops all the way back. This posture can stimulate the central nervous system. If you start to feel like a little bit, ooh, you can just stay exactly where you are, keep your eyes open. One day go back halfway, keep your hands on your back. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel, left hand down, grab your left heel, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. If you can't grab your heels yet, keep your hands on your back. It's safer support for your spine. Push your hips forward, lift your chest up, drop your head back. Look for your toes behind you. Good. Change. Put your hands on your back. Press yourself up without twisting your spine. Head up last. Very nice. Turn around. Savasana. Head to the front of your mat. Feet to the back of your mat. So if that posture makes you feel some kind of way, you are in good company, or at least you are in my company. Again, these heart openers open the front of the body, where all of our organs and glands lie, right? And so naturally our body's like, whoa, what are you doing? But as a reminder, there's no pterodactyl that's gonna come down. There's no bear around you, right? You're safe. Sometimes we have an involuntary nervous system response to a new stimuli, but it's not necessarily rooted in reality. It's just rooted in like our biology. So yoga is a really wonderful way when you feel those involuntary responses kick on, you can still try to work through it and be like, I know I'm safe. I know I'm secure, right? And then we get kind of out of the fight, flight, or freeze response and like back into our body, back into the present moment. So if you start to feel a little bit dizzy or lightheaded, just hold there, just breathe, but remember that you're safe. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the top of your mat, second set. You can open your knees a little wider, 8 to 10 inches between your knees, 6 inches between your feet. Put your hands on your back. Maybe bring elbows close together. Push your hips forward. Keep your eyes open. Look up. Lift your nose. Lift your chin. One day hug goes back. One day go back halfway. Eventually or in the future, grab your heels. Doesn't matter if you grab your heels. Doesn't matter how deep you go. You want to opening to the front of the body, healing compression to the back of the body. Never a point of pain. Press your hips forward. Lift your chest up. Drop your head back. Be still. Breathe. Good. Change. Put your hands on your back. Push yourself up with the support of your hands. Head up last. Very nice. Turn around. Savasana. Head to the front of your mat. Feet to the back of your mat. And then we purposely use this nice, hard, flat surface, the floor, to let everything stretch and realign. So picture your neck getting a little longer, lower back getting a little longer, the limbs are stretching out. When I have a really psychedelic experience in back bend, sometimes I feel almost like I'm in quicksand. I guess not that I've ever been in quicksand. I can't be like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm in quicksand, but it's what I imagine it to feel like. Okay, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the middle of your mat. We're going to flip it and reverse it with our deepest forward curl. Rabbit, Sasangasana. Sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Make L's with your hands like little bunny ears. Grab your heels from the outside, thumbs outside, fingers inside. Full palm grip on your heels. Stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Try to feel each part of your back moving as you round your spine. I'm going slow. Eventually forehead to knees, top of head to floor, pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and your forehead, you can walk your knees up one by one, that head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lift your shoulders up, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Good, change, hips down first. Slowly uncurl, just the way you went in. Trying to feel each part of your back move. Head up last, very nice. Turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. So I find that, practicing this style of yoga without heat, like at the beginning of class and that first forward fold, when it's like, maybe lock your knees, I'm like, forget it. But at the end of class, right, we do have a little bit more energy. And a little bit like just more ability to move, I think. Like maybe the postures aren't quite as deep, but at the same time, maybe they're like a little bit more intentional, especially at the end of class, right? The muscles are warmed up, but not so much that we're just like, completely like loose and floppy, right? So I appreciate that at this point in class, this year in particular, things just feel like a little bit more held in place. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to but I still miss the heat, don't get me wrong, but we're not all like trying to get into the posture here. Okay, knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Grab your heels from the outside, thumbs outside, fingers inside. Full palm grip on your heels. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Chin to chest, forehead to knees, top of head to floor. Pull on your heels. Don't lose the grip. Lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one. That head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lift your shoulders up, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl. Head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Take a breath. Let everything stretch out. And skip the sit up or legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Wonderful. Come to the middle of your mat, Janusharasana, head to knee pose. Right leg out, left leg in, two legs make an L, a 90-degree angle. Inhale your arms over your head, stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, and try to touch your forehead to your knee. You can bend your right leg as much as you want. Interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing, under the ball of your foot. Flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in. Bring your left hip down, left shoulder down, roll into the left. Good, change. Arms up, left leg out, right leg in, two legs make an L. Make sure the sole of your right foot is pressing into your inner left thigh. You're not like sitting on top of your foot. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Forehead to knee, interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing, under the ball of your foot. Flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, right elbow down, right shoulder down, roll into the right. Good, change. Arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping, sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down, let your spine realign, and sit up. Ashimotanasana Stretching. I'm going to show you from the side. Bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with your middle and index fingers, peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. Rather than rounding your spine, try to arch your spine. Knees can stay bent at first. You fold forward with a flat back. Eventually legs straight, stick your butt out, eventually legs locked, and then fold forward, stomach to thighs, pull. Flex your pinky toes back to your face, stretch. One day toes and head touch. Good, change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. So obviously being in a heated room or a non-heated room affects like our experience with yoga. But so does like changing seasons, a global pandemic, working from home, right? All, no big deal. So keep that in mind too. And I think most of you who've practiced for a while know that even in a hot room, class in winter feels different than class in summer because our input outside of the room is different, right? So same thing here as we go through seasonal transitions, especially in DC where it's like hot and then it's cold and then it's cold and then it's hot and you don't know what to believe anymore, right? Just keep that in mind. These postures feel different when we're going through these transitions, and that's okay, right? That's what it's here for. So we can notice. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Second set, right leg out, left leg in, two legs make an L, as in legs. Inhale, arms overhead, stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, go down. If it's easy for you to touch your forehead and knee together with a bent leg, see if you can straighten or even lock your leg. Bend elbows down, stomach in, left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll into the left. Good, change, arms up, left leg out, right leg all the way in, stretch up. Turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Touch your exactly forehead and knee together. One day elbows to floor, right sit bone down, right knee down, right shoulder down. Bring your right rib cage closer to left thigh. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. Option to stay here or lie down and sit up. Good, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with your peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, hi ho, off to work we go. Notice if the knees are coming out and the toes are turning in like tacos. Tacos come after class. One day spiral your inner thighs down, flex your little toes back, puff up your chest, and forward fold. Keep a flat back, so notice if shoulders are coming forward, roll the shoulders back and down, lead with your heart, not your head, probably a good idea outside of the room too. Pull, stretch, lengthen your spine. Change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. Tacos. I had a student once tell me about the time in Arizona, right, where tacos are really good. They bought tacos for after class, and then they were sitting in their car before class, and they're looking at the tacos, and the tacos are looking at them. And so she's like, I'll just have one taco. Of course, that doesn't happen, right? So then all of a sudden, she's eaten a whole box of tacos before yoga. I love stories like that because obviously it didn't go well. If you have any like funny yoga stories, please pass them my way. I love them. So fun. Legs together, arms over your head. Tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. When this is a lifeline, like when we do this practice frequently, sometimes we don't make the best decisions for ourselves beforehand. So it's just par for the course. Ardha Matsyendrasana, half floor to the fish pose. Bend your left leg on the floor. Touch your right heel to your left knee corner. Right arm close behind you. Left arm up and over. Grab your left knee with your left hand. Hand, heel, and knee touch. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, right shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you or reach behind you for a bind. Keep spine straight, chest up, rib cage open. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull your abdomen in. Look over your right shoulder, twist, twist, twist. Good. Change, unwind, swap out your legs. I'm going to show you from the side. Bend your right leg on the floor. You can also have your right leg straight. Left arm behind you, right arm up and over. Eventually grab your knee with your hand. Look down, and if you're sitting on your foot, slide it out of the way, roll to the left, evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, left shoulder twist. You can keep your left hand behind you for balance or reach behind you. Grab your right thigh with your left hand for a half bind. Keep your left foot on the floor. Point your right toes, right knee on the floor. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, left shoulder twist, twist, twist. Good. Change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. So 26 and 26 postures, 2 breathing exercises. We begin with Pranayama, deep breathing, and we end with Kabbalah breathing. Good for your lungs, digestion, abdominal wall. If you have allergies this time of year, these breathing exercises are really good for getting like the pollen, all of that junk out of your lungs. Okay, legs together, arms over your head. Tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat, final breathing, sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. If it hurts to sit on your feet, don't do it silly. Sit on your butt, crisscross applesauce. Every once in a while, sit on your feet. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, concentrate, meditate. All you have to do is exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, sit up tall. So as you exhale through your mouth, you pull your belly in. When the stomach relaxes, the lungs automatically take in air. The exhale is subtle, the inhale is very subtle. You hardly notice what's happening. Arms straight, shoulders down, look straight ahead, and begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself, give yourself a hug, high five, pat on the back, turn around, final Savasana. Close your eyes, open your arms and legs. If you need to leave, I totally understand. If you have time, make time. Final Savasana. Okay. Locate your feet. Locate your hands. Locate the crown of your head. Take a breath. Sometimes when we're feeling frazzled and disembodied, all we need to do is take a breath or consciously think about locating a certain body part, right? Just like locate your hip and all of a sudden you're back in your body. It's so simple, it's almost laughable. Like you're like, no way, but it actually works. So if at any point today you feel a little bit frazzled or a lot frazzled, just take a moment, like where's my big toe? Where's my jaw? Relax your jaw. Take a breath. And then maybe return to that word or that phrase that you brought with you at the beginning of class and just breathe into that. Take a slow inhale through your nose and a slow exhale through your nose. Be very careful what you tell yourself. Your thoughts are your prayers, and the universe only knows how to say yes.